Hey, this is Chad with BeGoneForGood. Today we're going to be talking all about my tips for dealing with a trip hangover. First off, as adventure bikers, we all know how exciting it is to prepare for a trip with our maps and our forums and our Facebook groups and watching videos on YouTube. Everybody gets super jazzed up to get onto a trip. But we never get a chance to talk about what happens afterwards. What do we do once we get home? I'm the type of guy that I only get to really go on one trip a year, one big trip a year. So it's really important for me to know what I do when I get home and how I deal with the loss of that big trip then at that point. There are a bunch of different ways to get past a trip hangover. Here are just a few that I really like utilizing. I go through the bike. I take everything off the bike, I kind of clean it, I go through what worked and what didn't and make adjustments to my gear or the things that I'm going to be packing for the next trip. I make lists and basically just get everything sort of set for whenever that next trip is going to occur. It doesn't have to be something that's written in stone. Obviously, it's all sort of in flux, but I reevaluate it. We call it like an after action report where I take the things that worked, I take the things that didn't, and I try to do better on the next one, and that's really how it goes. But it keeps me in touch with the trip a little bit. Little memories will pop up like, oh, this is when this was really wet, and this is when this was really a great night out, and when I slept without the fly, and all those different things. It's all part of taking that trip and using it for the future, which I think is a lot of what adventure motorcycling is all about, is learning as you go and doing these new things and things that make you a little bit less comfortable so that on the next run, you'll be more comfortable doing it and kind of push that envelope a little further each time. The next one, which is near and dear to my heart, is I dive into all the footage that I shot. On this last trip to the Mid-Atlantic BDR, I did not bring a computer. I had no way to really take a look at the footage as I was shooting it. So I had a chance to just download tons and tons and tons of video and see it for the first time, which is really fun. I'm also cutting the Mid-Atlantic BDR video right now for all of you guys out there. If you're not a supporter of the channel already, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you can get a notification when we do release the new videos. And if you want more behind the scenes and deeper insights into the trip, check out our Patreon page. We got a ton of extra content up there. We even include some extra swag, like stickers that we produce that we come out with. This one is the Less Gear, More Water sticker from our Utah BDR. We get all sorts of stuff out there. If you're interested, take a look at the Patreon. The link is down in the description. Various different levels, but I think for as little as $3 a month, you can be a subscriber to the channel and get a lot of extra content. But as I'm cutting this video for the Mid-Atlantic BDR, I'm reliving all of these moments. I'm thinking about the things that I shot, the things that I missed, that I wish I had shot, thinking about the amount of water that we went through and things that I would do differently on the next trip. So it's a great way to really stay in touch with that last trip and kind of make it feel a little bit longer. Obviously, I haven't got the video cut nearly fast enough for everybody that's out there, but it's nice to have that around. It's nice to go through the journal and see places that we went and the things that we ate and all those different elements that make up part of the trip. This is a great way to hang on to those feelings a little bit longer, which deadens that hangover from the trip a little bit. The last and probably most important tip if you want to really push through a trip hangover is to start planning the next one. Now, this doesn't have to be something that's finalized. It can be a real nebulous idea, just a glimmer of what you want to do. And right now, I'm going to announce for the first time here, we have an idea of what might be in store for us for 2021. We're thinking about maybe going up to a trail up in Wisconsin. Now, everybody knows the TAT, the Trans-America Trail. It's huge. It goes from like North Carolina or Tennessee all the way out to the coast. Massive thing, a huge undertaking, tons of different elevations and terrains and a bunch of riding. We won't be doing that one. We've got a smaller amount of time, but what we're looking to do is the Trans-Wisconsin Adventure Trail, the TWAT, I guess is what it's called. So we're gonna be looking into that a little bit. There's also one that goes across Pennsylvania that just recently got done. We might be looking into that. We'll see what's available to us as the time comes. But I'll tell you, it makes you feel a lot better when you get that target set out on the horizon, when you know that this isn't where it ends. Just because your last trip is over doesn't mean you're finishing your preparation or your skill building or your ideas for the next one or how to make everything a little bit better. As long as you got something out there, something that you're reaching for, you'll find that hangover kind of chills out a little bit. It makes it a little more palatable. And I am so excited to start looking towards this next one. And I don't know if it's gonna take the same amount of prep that the Mid-Atlantic did, because it'll be a little bit closer to home for Kevin up in Chicago and closer to a lot of my relatives that live in that area. So maybe we can just kind of go in and out. It's supposed to be a shorter trail as well, so maybe that helps out also. But I'll tell you, just having it on the horizon, just knowing that it exists, knowing that that is our goal for the next year, makes the hangover almost non-existent. It's like that trip is over and I'm on to the next one, and here we go. If you have something that you do to push past your trip hangovers, definitely leave a comment down below. Maybe it's a warm shower or a hot meal at home. Maybe it's just repairing the bike from all the stuff that you broke off of it on your last trip. I don't know. Let me know. Tell me what you think. Thank you very much for watching. This is BeGoneForGood. We do videos all about adventure motorcycling. You heard about our trip next year, but we shoot tips, tutorials, the trips that we take, all sorts of other stuff, all about adventure motorcycling. If you like that sort of thing, subscribe to the channel down below, hit that bell so that you get notifications when we upload new videos. Hit the thumbs up, let us know what you thought of this video, and any comments that you reach out to us with, we'll get answers out to you if you want to know about the gear that we're using or the trails that we took, anything along those lines. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you soon.